Hey everybody, welcome to the Notorious Money Show. It is your boy Adrian de Guzman. It is December 1st, 2023, and the holiday season is upon us. Christmas is around the corner, but with that, the end of the year is fastly approaching us, and 2024 is nearly upon us. With that, that always brings in the opportunity of self-reflection, to reminisce on this past year, on everything we've done, on everything we've accomplished, the experiences that we've had, and obviously setting new goals in 2024 to hopefully better ourselves and improve ourselves. With that theme in mind, I wanted to restructure and revamp this YouTube channel to not only give you guys the most value possible, but to give you an understanding of the why we should do things, and obviously honing in on the greater powers that most of us believe in. Full disclosure, I am a Christian, and I do believe in God, and I believe that all of us have the light of God in us. We all have different personalities. We all come from different backgrounds. We have tremendous diversity, but as well, we have one thing that does bring us together, and that gives us commonality, and that is that we come from a supreme creator, whomever that creator might be to you. And from that supreme creator, we draw the same light. The sun shines on all of us, and with that sunshine, we can all grow into kings and queens, like intended to be here on earth and in our lifetime. Our lifetime is short, and everything goes fast, so it's important to know your why and your purpose. It is important to build a foundation so that you can build a pyramid like the pharaohs of old. With this YouTube channel, my purpose for all of you and for me is to embark on a journey where we talk about basic financial moves and basic financial money moves to help us build a foundation so that we can build a legacy and build a pyramid that we can leave not only to our posterity, to our families, but also that in the future we might have something strong to stand on. We want someone, when it's all said and done, in our funeral to give us our flowers, to give us praise for everything that we've done for them. Inherently in all of us is a want and a need to be able to leave a legacy and to help others, because in others we see a little bit of ourselves. So I want to help you build that financial pyramid. Like the pharaohs of old, if you go right now to Cairo, the pyramids are still up. The pharaohs have left their legacy and all of their riches. But something that I think is good to understand is in the story in the Old Testament of Moses and the Pharaoh and Ramses. Moses, as we know, is raised in an Egyptian family, but he later finds out that his mother is Hebrew. So he goes to find out more about himself, and he lives among the Hebrew to find out what his heritage is and what his purpose is. And it's interesting because Moses abandons everything. He had the most powerful empire at the time beneath his feet, the pyramids, all of the Egyptian riches, food and wine, everything. He had it all. Yet he gave it up to go see who he truly was and find out his purpose. That's crazy, isn't it? So you can have everything in the world. However, if you don't have a purpose or a why, you still feel empty and you actually have nothing. Isn't that crazy? So we later on find out that Moses leads after finding and understanding his greater purpose and being exiled from Egypt. He goes and he finds out that he finds his creator, or he finds that supreme power, that God. He meets that God. He understands who that is. And that God asks him to go back to Egypt and liberate the Israelites. And he does that. He does that not knowing what to do, not having much of a plan, but he goes and he delivers. He delivers the Israelites out of Pharaoh's hands. And after many, many signs, and after Pharaoh giving so much resistance and being so stubborn that in the end he loses his own son, Pharaoh chases all of the Israelites who he had let free, and he chases them and corners them in the banks of the Red Sea. And we know that the Red Sea parts. The Red Sea parts through God working through Moses, and then all of the Israelites are able to pass through. And it's so crazy because in this story, like again, Ramses the Pharaoh, he also has everything. but because of his pride, he wants to be able to step on Moses and to step on those who he deems are less worthy than him, or are less than him. Even though he could have just stayed at home, just in peace, let the Israelites go, and he has everything he ever wanted. But he goes and he sends his army into suicide, and they all are vanquished and gobbled up by the Red Sea. And Moses and the Israelites are free, and they go through the Red Sea with no harm. And we see here from this story that Ramses, even though the Pharaoh, he had it all, he comes to a bitter end in his story. We know nothing more than that. With that, his legacy ruined because he tried to destroy someone else. In that sense, our legacies can be destroyed unless we focus on giving to others and making others better instead of trying to destroy them. And then also, like Moses, we can part the Red Sea, and we can have everything that we ever wanted if we understand our purpose, and we can be richer and wealthier than any Pharaoh as long as we understand our purpose. And then we build our foundation and we build our pyramid, understanding our purpose, and that there is a greater power and a greater being out there trying to help us, and that we should honor that person, that greater power, that greater being, and that we should try to be good, truthful, and honest people. So with Notorious Money, what I'm gonna do is I want to embark on this journey of understanding our why and help you build a pyramid on a strong foundation of power and of purpose, so that you can build a legacy, build that pyramid of wealth financially as an entrepreneur. For me, I am a young father. I am just the father of a little girl that's over a year old. And last year I had started a business, a food truck, that failed. And so from experience, I know that there are circumstances that sometimes put us in a bad spot financially, but we cannot lose sight of our why, and we cannot lose our motivation. And we have to harness that power that's within us to become the king and queen, that Pharaoh that we are. So Notorious Money is back, and I am ready to embark on this journey with all of you. The first step in a financial plan is to eliminate debt, and that's what we're going to do. The first step is to know thy debt. Know thy debt. Know thy debt. Understand how much you owe and not be afraid of it. The motto for me for 2024 is to understand that the pain of discipline is less painful than the giant pain of regret. The pain of discipline will always hurt less. So let's be truthful with ourselves. Let's understand why we got ourselves into debt. Maybe for some of us, it just might be, hey, life circumstances, and we have to pay the bills. So now we owe money to creditors because we had life circumstances that we needed to take care of. But for many of us, most of us, and then there's a stat that 80% of Americans who are currently in debt are in debt for things that they bought that they just wanted. For things that are not a necessity. So with that being said, there's a huge opportunity for all of us to understand our why, and to understand at the moment of making a purchase that our greater why is more important than that small basic need, and we can forego Pharaoh's gold and go part the Red Sea and eliminate debt from our lives and get ready to grow on our foundation, to save, control our money, to build our pyramid, to grow our wealth, and build our legacy. This has been the Notorious Money Show. I will catch you next time on the next episode. Thanks, you guys.